Hello everyone. Today let's talk about part 3 reading test. First, the task format. Text is followed by 5 MCQs and each of the MCQ has 3 options: A, B and C. Next is standard rubrics. So part 3, read, text, answer questions 10 to 14 based on the text. The length of the text is about 300 to 450 words. Now let's move on to test focus. The task tests some of the following skills. Number 1, reading for main ideas and supporting details. Main idea is actually the controlling idea, the heart of the passage or paragraph. Meanwhile, supporting details are details that clarify, explain, describe, or we could say the one that strengthen main ideas. Second, inferencing. An inference is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. How to infer? As a reader, you use what you already know, your prior knowledge, along with clues you have found on the text, which is your text evidence, to form an idea. Now, the third skill, identifying details and examples to support an argument. It means as a reader, you identify or find writer's claim and how he provide evidence to support his argument. Last skill, predicting outcomes. It can be defined as the ability to predict what will happen next based on 2 things. 1, clues given in the text. Second, what you already know. How to differentiate inferencing and predicting outcomes? Because it might confuse you. Predicting outcomes is more on what, while inferencing is on why. Text type. For part 3, text will be straightforward factual text such as short stories, light magazines, newspaper articles, blogs, biographies, emails, informal letters, and formal letters. Next is response. For each question, choose from options A, B, or C as the correct answer and indicate your answer on the provided answer sheet. Okay, that's all for task specification for part 3 reading test. We move on to the second part. How to attempt questions in part 3. Here is a sample of part 3. Look at the sample. It is a short story about bee lang. Now, let's talk about tips on how to answer reading comprehension question. 1. Read the question first. Why do we read the question first? It is because it helps you to look for relevant answers while reading the passage, and if you read the passage first, you will be losing time more as you will be reading everything again to look for answers. Number 2, identify and make use of keywords. After you read the question, highlight any headings, phrases, and keywords that can help in answering the question. How to do it? Find the key words, which is the important words of each question, and get back to the passage to find the answer. For your information, most of the answers are in the sentence with that keyword, or the sentences before or after it. Number 3, answer easier questions, leave the hard one. What do I mean by that? What I'm trying to say here is, don't spend too much time trying to answer a difficult question because it will eat up your time. And Get back to the questions you are not too sure about after you have answered the easier ones. This is because it will save your time. Number 4, the last one. Don't use any knowledge outside the passage. Answers have to be from what is given in the passage itself, and avoid any answer that is not supported by relevant information from the passage. Here is the questions for part 3. There are 5 questions from question 10 to 14. Let's attempt the questions together. Question 10. B Lang is happy with the way she looks because. From the question, can you identify the keyword? Keyword is happy with the way she looks. For us to answer the question, we know that we have to find reason. From the extract, there is a clear evidence of how B Lang feels about the way she looks. When the writer advised B Lang to put some powder on her face, she confidently replied, "No need, I'm already married. Who would want to look at me?" Therefore, the reasons for B Lang to feel happy with the way she looks is because she is already married. Question 11. What did both the writer and B Lang do for the dinner? For this question, the keyword is what did they do for the dinner? Look at the extract and focus on the line, "I'm becoming poor giving out angpaos. I do not like this culture of giving money as a token of good wishes at weddings. This is the 3rd wedding this year," she complained. From the line, we get a clear idea that both of them gave angpaos for the dinner. Therefore, the answer for question 11 is B. They gave angpaos. Now we move on to question 12. B Lang was unhappy to attend the dinner because. Again, in order to answer the question, we have to find a reason. Before that, let's find the keyword for the question. The keyword for the question is unhappy. Now, focus on the bold sentences in the extract above. Can you find the reason for B Lang wasn't feeling happy to attend the dinner? Look at the underlined word. The underlined word is complain. So, it indicates that B Lang wasn't feeling happy. What did she complain about? She had many weddings to attend and had to spend a lot of money on angpaos. So that the answer for question 12 is B. She wasn't happy because she had to spend money. Question 13. B Lang is the writer's friend from. The keyword for the question is the writer's friend from. Look at the extract above. Focus on the last line. It was a clear-cut answer. She was my best friend during secondary school days. We went out separate and different ways after school. So the answer for this question is B. School. The last question, question 14. The writer felt that B Lang had changed because. Keyword had changed. The extract above gives an idea that B Lang was now very careful with her money. According to the writer, something has changed. Her friends now has become extremely stingy, wears cheap clothes, pays visit to the second-hand shop, and feels the frequent need to save. Therefore, the answer is A. She was now very careful with her money. We have discussed all the questions in part 3 now. So, before we end, As a reminder, first, read and scan instruction quickly and carefully. This is just to make sure that you answer accordingly. Second, answers can and should be found or inferred directly from the given text. And third, don't draw conclusion from outside knowledge unless required so.
Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I